Today, we're going to talk about what happens when one of the world's most iconic car brands gets tangled up with one simple but really powerful word: new. What happens when the dream car you just bought isn't exactly what it seems?
Okay, just imagine this for a second. You've done it. You've worked hard, you've saved up, and you are finally driving off the lot in a shiny, perfect, brand spanking new Porsche 911. That new car smell, the sound of the engine, it's everything you ever dreamed of. It's the ultimate symbol of making it. But what if that perfect machine, the one with almost no miles on it, had already lived a whole secret life before you ever got the keys? Well, that exact question is now at the very center of a major lawsuit. So let's dig into this car's secret history and the discovery that kicked off this whole legal battle. It all starts, according to a report from Automotive News, with one customer in Pennsylvania. And they're not just suing the local dealership where they bought the car. No, they're taking on Porsche itself, one of the biggest names on the planet.
Okay, so here's the bombshell claim. The lawsuit says that this particular Porsche 911 wasn't just sitting around waiting to be sold. Before it ever hit the showroom floor, it was allegedly being used as a hands-on training tool for service technicians. All right, let's untangle the lawsuit itself. Who are the key players here, and what's the actual accusation at the heart of all this? You know, the setup is pretty simple. On one side, you've got the plaintiff, that's the customer. On the other side, you have the defendants, and that's both Porsche, the manufacturer, and the local dealer. And right in the middle of it all, the car itself, a Porsche 911 that was sold as brand new. The lawsuit, which was filed back on March 3rd, really gets to the core of the problem. See, the main claim isn't just that the car was used, it's that this really important information was hidden from the buyer. Basically, they're alleging there was zero transparency about the car's real history. And look, we're not just talking about a few miles from a test drive here. The big deal, as Automotive News points out, is that this car could have been worked on, maybe even taken apart and reassembled by technicians who were, well, still in training, before it was ever sold to anyone as new. And you know, this whole case, it really blows open a much bigger question for all of us, one that affects anyone who's ever bought anything with that new sticker on it. What does that word actually promise? So this is where it all breaks down. On one side, you've got what we all expect when we hear new, right? Untouched, perfect, fresh from the factory. But on the other side, you have the alleged reality for this specific Porsche. It had a past life as a teaching tool. That huge gap between expectation and what might have happened, well, that's where this entire legal battle is happening. So let's pull back from the courtroom for a second and think about this ourselves. This is really about the trust we put in a simple label and that unspoken promise between a person buying something and the company selling it. Seriously, think about it. Does a car that was used for training still count as new? What about a phone that someone returned and the company just repackaged it? Or a guitar that's been used for demos in a music shop for a month? This case is not a Porsche, sure, but the question it asks is something we all have to answer. What does the word new really mean to you?